What's happening is that it's changing. There is not the circuitry in the brain to handle this. There never will be in the human brain as it now exists. This is changing.
How is it changing?
There is ahead of us a leap. It is not gradual. There is a leap, but not everyone will make that leap. Some will not. But that does not mean they are left behind. They are just on a different route. It's an upgrading of ability that it's time for. Many things are changing right now on the planet. We've created it for the experience, and it's not something to fear. It can cause fear, but...
Everything happens for a reason.
Yes, it does.
But you said the circuitry in our minds, our brains, is changing?
We will be able to handle more. We will never know it all. There is no ending.
How is this happening?
For a long time, the human brain was stagnant. It did not and could not go any further. There have been upgradings done. Just as computers are upgraded, human brains are upgraded too. It is taking place. It's a new bridging of circuitry.
You see, in these new times, what is happening is there's new vibrational frequencies that are coming in to the neural pathways of your brain. Yes, we know it is like having brain surgery all the time. Woohoo! I'm tired of this brain, we want to get a new brain. And in actuality, that is a bit of what is happening right now. You, as the new human, are evolving beyond where humanity has ever been. And in that capacity, even the neural pathways on a subconscious level in your brain are being rewired and reformatted.
The cells are changing. The genetics are changing. There is more capacity. People think their brains have to grow larger in order to have more capacity. They don't. They just have to be... It's a different wiring. It's a different configuration. It can only take place when certain changes have happened in the atmosphere on the planet. We all have the capacity for it. Not everyone yet, but it's there. There's a plasma vortex of some sort that's influencing this. There's a combination of an electrical magnetic stimulation on different portions of the brain which could not be discovered until this time in history, in the time that can bring it out. Before this, it would not have been ready. It can reopen circuitry that has been closed. If you look at your pyramids, you will find an image of what is now happening on the planet. But you have to look deeply at the history of the pyramids to find that corroboration. It's there, but it's not written on the walls. What is now happening at this time is a reordering of the circuitry of the brain. Egypt knew this. They had a different system of bringing it out. Their system was rudimentary to what can now occur on the planet.
CONSULTATION Vomalites and Ra and Ararat were doing, they were creating these structures all over the world to change the internal flow of the Earth's energies, which is called geomancy, so that the external flow was altered, and in so doing, slowly creating this electromagnetic field, this geometrical electromagnetic field that surrounded the Earth. And in doing that, they were recreating our consciousness grid so that we would be able to ascend. By making all these sacred sites all around the world and doing this geomancy, they are slowly forming around the Earth. Every time they build a new one, it changes the shape a little bit, and they keep getting it closer and closer and closer to a grid that is an icosahedron, dodecahedron blend perfectly at a very specific angle. Also, it's similar to the other one, but it's completely different. And this one was discovered by Russia. We do know that. And they were the ones that first discovered that. I'm sure have done massive research on how that grid relates into the next level of consciousness, because that's where we're going. So each one of these pyramids, when you look at them, or buildings, will, from the external view of it, if you know how to read this code, that these codes that are coming out of these pyramids are real and actually do delineate. Ra and Ararat and CONSULTATION Vomalites, they knew where the new poles were going to be, and they knew what the new equator was going to be, which is the one we have now. They knew that before, at least 200 years before it actually happened. This is a gift of love. It shows that we are not alone and that we have not been forgotten, and they're taking care of us. These are our ancestors. These are the old ones that are still connected to us now. They extend through all cultures and all levels of life. These are our ancestors doing something for us so that we can make a change. And in making this change, we do something for them. This is just not fantasy, this is science.